and welcome back to my channel. Today we will be looking at Falco Spara Pact Weaver. It's a bit like having a Bolas Citadel in your command zone, so you can imagine how powerful it is to be able to cast things off the top of your deck just by removing a counter. And it's quite easy to add counters in these colours because the support was all added in the Streets of New Capenna. So stuff like Boon of Safety, which just puts a shield counter on target creature, then you get to scry 1. Just things like that. Just kind of incidentally powering your deck. But then we're going to think about the long game, and some of the best cards in the long game are Cathar's Crusade. Whenever a creature enters, put a counter on each creature you control. So as you can imagine, this can become exponentially pretty crazy. You've also got Victory's Envoy, which puts a counter on each other creature you control at the beginning of your upkeep. Undercover Operative's pretty cool. It becomes a copy of any creature when it comes in, and it puts a shield counter on it, so this can be your most useful creature or your opponent's most useful creature. If you're going for the counter strategy, don't forget Hardened Scales, which is going to be very effective to put double the amount of counters on. And we've also got Branching Evolution, which puts twice that many counters on. Kind of bonkers, really, to think this is actually in the format. This is from Jumpstart. And Bazriket, one of my favourite Planeswalkers, just because it's 3 mana and very aggressive. So if you're into getting loads of value just by playing your deck and have a go at Falco Spara, the deck list will be in the description below. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to see all my future videos. Really supports the channel. So let's get into some games. Ooh, going first against Rashmi. This is going to be pretty cool. Not faced a Rashmi in a long time. Little fact for anyone out there who watches MTG Gnome's channel, apparently this is his favourite commander. So he told me that the other day. Pretty cool. Who knows, maybe in the future we'll have a Bolas versus Rashmi mashup. We'll see who. So who would be interested in that? Would anyone like to see another matchup between me and Gnome? I'd like to do that. We'll see if the stars align and we can do that again. Because it was pretty good, actually. Yeah. That's a mill deck. Rashmi mill deck. That's interesting. So I'll give a Scavenging Ooze. And that way we can kind of, at the very least, exile our own graveyard. And get some counters, and then potentially use the counters to cast spells from the top. So we'll see how that goes. We have how many creatures? We have 2 in the yard. Let's see if they block. Although we don't have double green. Let's see if they block anyway. Yeah. Oh well. I mean, you know, what are you going to do? I suppose we'll go for the Lion Sash. And then the tap land, and then next turn we could go for the Falco, depending on what they do. We've got an Undercover Operative, which is kind of cool, to copy the best creature on the battlefield. Risen Reef. Risen Reef's really good, although it's an elemental, and it triggers with elementals. I'm not really sure what's going on there, but swing with both once again. Oh, forgetting that Lion Sash. Oh, okay. So they want me to use the Lion Sash. That's interesting. That is very interesting. So why put the Elemental in the deck if you don't want to utilise the synergy? That is a bit weird, right? Why would you... Is there something I'm just not seeing here? Rashmi doesn't care about elementals, but Risen Reef is like super good in an elementals deck. I mean, I guess it's a good trigger, but so here comes Rashmi. So we'll spread the counters out. We'll absorb a creature for each of them. So now we have to be careful because they're going to be able to cascade their next spell. So when you cast your first spell, reveal the top card of your library. You may cast it without paying its mana cost if it's a spell with lesser mana value. So what do? I think we swing in with the ooze, which is now big enough to withstand the defense. And you know what? I think I want my own Rashmi here. Why not? So next time we cast a spell, we get to do the same as them. So we also get Rashmi, but where's our shield counter? That's weird. Thassa. This is confusing. So that it's an ETB deck. Looks like we're going to want to use Farewell very soon, because this Thassa is going to just make everything crazy. So let's go for the Falco here. David's Veto. That's a shame. Don't get to use that. We can't cast a Bazriket either. So for now, I suppose we can just swing in with the use. Well, it's nice to see a different deck. I think why I'm so confused is because I'm scared at what's going to come. Because I don't see the pieces yet, it makes it scary when they do come, because it's harder to react to a deck that you don't know what's going on. Patiently building, so it's kind of a melee deck as well. Thassa became a creature because of the rebuilding, so you know, some kind of. I think the Farewell is going to be really useful to exile the Deep Dwelling and the rebuilding. I think sooner rather than later as well, because the double synergy here and the milling, you know, there's a lot of pieces at play. So yeah, I'm just going to get out of the way here. Exile all enchantments. Yeah, that'll do. Oh, just going to go to the door. Bear with me a sec. God damn, okay, that was the takeaway. Sorry about that, guys. So what do? Play land. And I suppose swing in. Oh, okay, so just run up and down the stairs. I'm already panting, which is never a good sign, is it? You don't want to be panting for a takeaway. That's probably a sign that you don't need the takeaway, right? Whenever you get a takeaway, always make sure you have your drinks, because there's a habit, especially in the UK, that the delivery driver forgets the drinks. He passed me a bag and he walked off, and I thought, you know what? I'm just going to ask. I said, "Excuse me, mate, is there a drink in this bag?" And he looked in his bag and he said, "Oh, sorry, yeah, there it is in the bag." So he almost walked off with a free drink. So make sure, guys, always ask where your drink is. Okay, so just cast Temporal Sundering. Ugh. Mummy for 8. I mean, as extra turn spells go, kind of weak. Oh my god. And a Kiora Best of Sea God, sure, why not? Okay, so now things are looking hairy. So we basically need to somehow... Jeez, the Rashmi's giving them so much value here, I think. Okay, so start with the Falco Spara. They're going to tap all of our stuff down, so it might not be a good idea to go for Bazriket here. Cast off at the top. Oh, if only I could bounce the 8/8. Okay, so basically we're just going to set up for a really powerful follow-up. And yeah, just stay back. So they will tap everything we have, and they will be able to steal one of our things on the turn after that. But you know what? We've got pretty decent fields, and then we can just bounce back what they steal, right? That's the logic. Great henge, why not? Frickin' hell, great henge, man. I was enjoying this game pre-takeaway, but now I've got the takeaway. You know what even the worst part is? My takeaway's getting cold whilst I'm getting my arse whooped. And that ain't fun. So we're not going to be able to attack next turn, which really, really sucks. Hitting me at all angles, going for the double mill as well. Even the live tail's going up. Crazy. Oh no, don't mill yourself. Jason's on top.
This is all just an illusion.
I mean, I suppose another board wipe would be handy. Ah, damn. Some good things there. I guess we need... Yeah, we definitely need another board wipe. Or a way to get rid of this enchantment, I suppose. They're doing a lot of things considering how little... Are you kidding me? Getting the cacophony back. So they can mill us for 16 if they want here. Or they could wait and then mill us for our entire deck. That was a weird... That's weird. I'm not sure about that play. If they waited, they would have just won next turn, right? With the Brewvac. Kind of strange. So might as well take this time to exile something from our graveyard just to gain a bit of life and make Sash bigger. So it's annoying that we can't attack with anything, but we can reconfigure this to one of our guys and start playing stuff from the top. Why have we got two options? Oh, because one of them is Falco Spara, isn't it? So how am I meant to know which is which? That kind of sucks. That kind of sucks. Rashmi has done... So far, Rashmi has done no good to me. 18. They've got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so just pass the turn. This has turned into a bit of a nightmare, really. So whether they steal, we can just nick it back with the Otawara. So yeah, we'll put it back into our hand. Better than them getting it. I'll tell you that. And we've got the veto to stop them as well. So now that BS is over. See, here's the thing. They've only got 2 cards in their hand, right? But then... That's just... That's not even all of it. They've got Cascade on one spell. They've got Draw a card here.
This will come in handy.
And we've got 39 cards in our deck. They've got 16 life. It's not looking great, to be honest. So they're going to return that. So yeah, let's just veto this. Luckily, I don't want them getting this Cure Best of C card back. So apparently Rashmi only lets us draw lands. Goodness me. Do you know what always happens? Whenever you order a takeaway, it always comes early. This isn't my first time being the and it's always during the game where you're having a horrible game. Fast. Why did they just draw and discard? I guess they want to just uptick, right? Fair enough. And then they're going to proliferate as well. So they don't really have any concept of doing things end of turn, right? Or, you know, doing combat where they could have used Brewvac as a surprise mega blocker, but fair enough. So I need to kind of utilise Rashmi with Falco here. Ooh, okay. That's actually kind of good. So we can just play the Night of Autumn. Every time we cast spells, a freaking land on top. Ooh, Swords to Plowshares. That's going to be helpful, actually. Right, so can we deal some finishing blows here? And they can't phase out their own creatures, can they? They can only phase out... Target creature you don't control phases out, okay. So if we go for Rashmi, they can just recast it. So I think we just go for Bruvak. Does gain them life. Again, what's with all these lands, man? And creatures. There's quite a few creatures. We're gonna have to contend with the 8/8. That's the annoying factor. So let's level this up. We aren't out of it, but we definitely want to get rid of one of these Teferis. Sorry, Teferi or Jaces. So I guess it's a good start to have a Falco up because it's got flying, right? Yes, I think we're just going to have to sadly pass the turn here.
Don't worry, I'll think of something.
Yeah, we'll pass the turn. I think next turn is where it's at. We just need a window. Could be next turn. Let's mill our lands. Oh, okay, Skyclave Apparition. This is good. I really hope we can cast this actually, because if we can, it means what they get one for your blocker. It is scary to think what these are on top though. Shaper's Sanctuary. Okay, so hopefully that just gets them a land. Flood of Recollection. Return instant sorcery from your graveyard to your hand. Oh, that sucks so hard. Although, whatever they choose, we can just exile. I dare them to do it. So they're going for the Cacophony, which means we will exile the Cacophony. Ah, you see, there's all these hallmarks of just silly moves like that. The irony was they had the Cacophony kicked with the Bruvak just to kill us imminently in one hit. But they kept doing it one after the other, and it just feels like a missed opportunity there. Creature becomes a target of spell ability. Okay. Perseju. So I can't even cast that flippin' thing. Yeah, because it's a land and you can't use abilities. At the risk of giving them... Although, actually, yeah, the Perseju goes to hand, doesn't it? So actually, okay, this is perfect. Oh, and we get a way to destroy a Planeswalker as well. This could be actually really good here. So let's make this guy bigger. We can exile anything we want. So maybe we start with... Yeah, we'll kill the Teferi because we know that's going to face something out, right? Come on, this is all for my takeaway, man. I need to eat. I'm starving. So, Fateful Absence. Destroy the Jace. Damn, all I want to do is know which one of these triggers is letting me do what. We'll use the Perseju on the Shaper's Sanctuary. So now things aren't looking so good for them. They will get a land back, but... So, Falco's Spara is going to be probably our win con here. So yeah, now all they've got is the clue to let them pay to draw a card, so we don't really know what they have. It's a mystery number.
I trust in your abilities.
And yeah, we'll probably just swing with the Falco. We don't need to risk other things. Or they're saying that when this dies you put a shield counter or something. That could be good. Swing. Let's just swing with some things, right? Yeah, let's just swing. Put a counter on the Knight of Autumn so that can trade with the Rashmi. So Rashmi doesn't have a nicer block there. Let's just see what they do. I'm getting hungry and my decisions are becoming more erratic. And I really just want to finish this game. I just can't let things go. Okay, so block those two. Now they're on to the bad blocks. Right. Let's eat something from their graveyard. Great Henge will do. And yeah, let's leave up a couple of mana just in case things go wrong. Okay, so by the looks of it, as long as I don't draw a board wipe or something, we should be good, to be honest. So we just have to fade a couple of cards. Let's just hope they don't get anything too good. Land. Why would you play that land though? You should probably feign a spell, right? That's what I would do. Oh my absolute shitting hell. Are you serious right now? Right, River's Rebuke. Can you believe that, viewers? Are you actually kidding me? And they got a Tamio as well. I'm not happy about this. So now they can just get back anything they want. So they can just get back River's Rebuke. You know what? I'm going to keep this in as well because I want you, as the viewer, to feel...
No tail should be discarded.
To feel okay. You know what? It's okay. Because this BS you're seeing right now is typical of what happens on Arena.
There's always an answer.
Oh, of course, and our board wipe as well. Sure, why not? Yeah, I'm pretty salty, not gonna lie. To top deck a River's Rebuke into a Tamio. I mean, seriously? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It's pretty insane, I have to say. Pretty insane. Right. What do we even do? Right, so I think... Well, we definitely need some life here. Stage 1. Get rid of that Jace, because the milling here is going to be atrocious.
This isn't over until we figure out a solution.
Where's the clone? Right, we're going to clone the apparition. Kill the Tamio.
I have learned all I can here.
So we're at 8, so we need some chumps, don't we? Get a chomping wolf, I suppose. Goodness me. So we had to get rid of the Tamio and the Jace, unfortunately, but... yeah, there you have it. Get rid of some lands, I suppose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The Search for Scanter is pretty useless now. Our deck only has 23 cards in it. So it's going to see all the cards very soon. Lotus Cobra. Oh, have we finally just faded an attack? Jeez, man. So here's the thing. If they attack, we're going to have to block as well. So we're not even that safe. We're going to have to actually block with these things. So I can probably take a little bit. So we basically block there, that gives them 1 back, and then we fade this, take 4, I think. So they get a 4-4 out of this. Yeah, it's not looking good. So now we need to establish blockers again. So we're back to square one, aren't we? Branching evolution, I mean, that could be good, actually. Okay, let's see if we can do this. This will give us quite a lot of defense, to be honest. So you want to go for the scavenging ooze. I don't know why they're holding priority. It's kind of obnoxious at this point. They don't have any counters on their stuff, so the Khan's Bastion is the only thing they can do, and that's the only thing that they have priority for. So here comes the obnoxious, yeah, you've guessed it. The obnoxious pausing. Unbelievable. You know, I never quit when they were going well, but... So they should really kind of just pay me a bit of respect, to be honest. That'd be nice, but there you go. Suppose we play more blockers. We're going to need them. So they've got 6 attackers and we've got 5 blockers. Why are they pausing? This is the most unsporting, you know, mentality. And you've seen it again, guys. I need to get my book out. Talking to a friend today, said I should get a book out rather than I don't know. You can do all sorts when people are waiting, couldn't you? Talk about Marvel films. If you've not seen Doctor Strange 2, then highly recommend it. It's very good. That's all I can say for now, really. I don't want to spoil anything. You need to watch it fresh. So can I fade, or am I just gonna? Are they just gonna top deck an Ugin, which is banned? With his rebuke. Return a card. Well, that is absolutely bullshit. I don't normally swear on this channel, but that is absolute bullshit. And then they cascade into a spark double. Oh, of course they do. And of course Dryad's Revival has flashback, because why wouldn't it? It just so happens that we have a way around that, but my goodness. So he's going for Cura Best the Sea God. So now we'll use Lion Sash to exile the Cura. Can they just, like, win with the cards they have? Or do they have to just continue to use the same spell over and over again? It's pretty annoying, not gonna lie. We've got 1 treasure left. So, the good news is, Spark Double only copies one of their things, because we don't want them to have any of ours, because ours are amazing. And a Spark Double. What's the worst thing? I guess they could copy Rashmi, which would give them 2 triggers, right? Oh, they went for Kraken instead. Fantastic. Okay, let's see what we can do here then. 2 4/4s and 8/8. Right. So let's go for the Lion Sash, because then we can block a 4/4 successfully. And what permanent do we want to get rid of? I guess we'll get rid of the Secret Keeper, because that can mill us. My poor food is getting really cold because of this guy. I don't deserve this. Come on now. That's why you guys need to donate, so I can buy more takeaway. Honestly. That's the reason. Your donations go towards takeaways because I'm so hungry from playing people that keep trolling me. Honestly. So take 4, go to 2, which I don't like at all. Put a shield counter or something. So I think it might be handy to put the shield counter on the... don't really know. Ooze? Doesn't really matter at this point. So we can get a free block out of this. Okay. So we'll put the reality chip on the ooze. That will give it more toughness. We're at 2 lives, so we need to play some creatures. Double strike shield counter is good because it can basically deal 4 damage. Oh, fellow die retreat. I mean, that would be nice if we could play an extra land, but we can't currently. So they've got 3, 4, 5, 6 creatures. I just want to start exiling some stuff now, just to gain a bit of life and to put some counters on. I want to do that before I commit with everything else. And also cancel. Yeah, we want to make the Lion Sash bigger, don't we? Because we want to be able to block this 8-8 or the 9-9. Okay, and unfortunately, we're just gonna have to pass again. As painful as this is, as painful as it is that my takeaway is getting cold. This is not the narrative I was hoping for, to be perfectly honest. So their Kraken goes to 10. They're at 9 though. Volo, okay. Please just be a land. Narset's Reversal. So now we can't cast any instants or sorceries safely, but it's fine. Jeez, we are cutting it to the bone here. We really are. Attacking with a 10-10. I'm surprised they didn't do the maths there. That's going to really cost them. So it takes us to 7, 8, 9 and then 11. Foolish. Although they can proliferate, can't they? So that's the thing that he thinks I can't see. Get rid of a land. So it takes us to 11. So we need to do it one more time. This takes him to 13. Although we can't, can we? Because we don't have the white mana. So we're just going to have to block. Yeah, I don't really want to lose the Lion Sash, to be honest. So, I'll tell you what, we'll block with this because we've got a shield counter, haven't we? So we'll absorb that. So we have to be careful because we can't actually cast any spells. Because they'll just put it back into our hand, depending on what it is. So bonk. Okay, let's gain some more life. So the scary thing is we are milling ourselves. Now it's time to start putting counters on all of our creatures times 2. Be surprised if they can come back from this. And a Cathar's Crusade, wow. Wowzers, wowzers, wowzers. Right, let's go for the Falco then. Right. So maybe we just attack with... We've got 3, 4, 5, 6 blockers. So just attack with a 10-10 for now. Although they've all got vigilance, haven't they? Damn, that was Oh, that was poorly. Yeah, I should have probably read that. Right, so that means that we have literally screwed ourselves over. Unless they get nothing good there. So the other cool thing is the Luminous Broodmoth returns our things if they didn't have flying. And the other cool thing about that is that Falco Spara can take the flying counter off, which means the creature won't have flying anymore, and it can continuously come back. So it's just like nice little loop. Right, so now we're just going to eat something at random, go to 9 life. So yeah, don't forget we have Vigilance. Oh, Unbreakable Formation. Wow, I don't think they can really... Although, no, we don't want to cast that. Do not cast this. They will use it against us here. So actually, we want to put this... We want to put the formation to the bottom, don't we? To be honest. Yeah, basically we don't want any instants of sorceries. And we definitely don't want to use that. Try and go for Basri Ket. So he can put 2 more counters on something. So we could be golden here, to be honest. Oh my goodness, we actually won that. And now I can eat my kebab. Jesus. Jesus. Facing Sultai Enchantments with Mr. Froggy. So very powerful deck, Tatsunari. Our starting hand is not too shabby. We've got Night of Autumn, which I reckon will be kind of good versus an enchantment build, don't you think? So, I guess... Do we go with the... Yeah, turn 1 Esper Sentinel is always really cool, isn't it? I say cool, it's cool for us. Not so sure about them. It's always quite demoralising to see, but knowing my luck, it'll get killed right now. And I won't even get to draw a card, so... Okay, they've got some really good mana out, so they can pretty much cast... Ooh, they're going for a Foretell spell. So maybe this is the chance to just play some tap lands. And I don't want to go for the coil just yet, because a coil with 1 counter is kind of useless with Falco, because as soon as you use the counter, it will just die, because it will have 0 toughness. So with Falco, you want to get, you know, a few... Oh wow, and they gave us our 4th land, which means we should be able to do fairly well in the mid to late game here. Especially when they seem to be screwed on mana. Cultivate is good, but we can't cast it, annoyingly. We've got 2 lands that only work on turn. It's got tapped unless you can hold 2 or more other lands. Well, they're saying that. Should we cultivate here, or should we go for the Stone Quill and apply pressure? Stone Quill or cultivate? Yeah, let's go for cultivate. I think ramping is always the way forward, isn't it? And then we can even swing for 1. So apologies if I dash downstairs really quickly. I have ordered some takeaway because I'm lazy and can't be bothered to cook, essentially. So here comes Tatsunari. We do have some removal for it, so let's try and take care of it here. They could have some protection in green, apparently not. So they played Tatsunari, which would suggest they were thinking about establishing a creature presence. So I imagine they don't have a board wipe in hand here. But still, I don't really want to commit a Stone Core Serpent. It seems a bit early for a 2. Just a 2/2 that doesn't really do anything. Here comes the Grasp, and do they want to pay? They don't pay. Don't pay or we'll take it away. Oh, that's a shame. I was kind of looking forward to that. Why did they... Oh, yeah, anyway, we'll move on to the next game then. So we're facing Azariel, Archduke of Avernus. I've never faced it before, so this could be kind of interesting to see. Our starting hand is not the greatest. So I think I will actually mulligan this. Only 2 lands. 3 lands is a lot better. Although we do need the white mana. Unfortunately, we don't have that yet. To think that this deck has fewer islands than any other lands, but I drew 2 of them in my opening hand, so there you go. Great. So next turn they're going to get the Zariel. But I suppose... Do we want to draw a card or do we want to ramp? I think ramping is more important here. They could just have a lightning bolt, of course, or a shock. Either of those would do it. Zariel's pretty unique in that it gives all their creatures haste. And she creates 1/1s for 0, which is pretty powerful. When they die, they don't actually target. So these devils have been pushed quite a bit recently. Wow, the Aspirant plus Incubation Druid is pretty awesome, but what's the best play here? We could go for the Falco Spara. Oh, actually, this is the play. So we go for Rishkar, put the counter on these guys, then Incubation Druid taps for 3 white, which is this is possibly one of the best starts I've ever had to a game. So turn 3, we've got 4 creatures out, and we can tap for 7 mana next turn. So if they give Krenko haste, oof, that's rough.
For Avernus and for victory.
So yeah, this is definitely want to block here. I want to keep the other guys up though. And a shock as well. Ouch. So it looks like their turn was just as explosive as ours. The Zariel is going to be very irritating to deal with. But I think for now we'll go for the Cathar's Crusade. And then we'll set up the following turn. So they give something haste in their next turn. We do have the Swords to Plowshares to deal with it. And if you've not seen Cathar's Crusade, if a creature enters the battlefield under my control, put a count on each creature I control. This is crazy. You'll see this on a lot of EDH tables. So when this guy enters, create 2 goblins. That's pretty ridiculous. So they're a very goblin-y, token-y deck. They're going to be able to ultimate next turn, which is definitely not what we want to see. Oh, this is pretty mad. So yeah, despite our really good start, looks like they're just going to win, aren't they? Down to 7. How do we deal with the Zariel here? So let me just think about this for a sec. So I guess, so even if we do take her off ultimate, we're still going to have to deal with everything else. So maybe it's better to go for the formation 3-4 Falco Spara. Damn. Yeah, it's a real shame. I guess we'll just go for the cool things. Go for AO. So yeah, even if we attack, although saying that, tell you what, we'll pass, because the thing is, if they do go for the ultimate, then they can't give everything +1 in haste, right? But I guess all they need to do is give it +1 in haste. I can only block 3 things anyway.
Spill their blood.
4, 5, 6. So do they have a way to deal 1 damage? Probably. Oh no, we're taking 8, aren't we? Yeah, we're taking 8. Cool. So those of you out there who wanted to see me lose, here you go, guys. This is me losing right now. So it's such a shame because we had such a great start. But yeah, it seems like Zariel plus a few goblins is kind of unstoppable, right? Goodness gracious, they had the nut draw, didn't they? I mean, we thought we had the nut draw. Well, I suppose, you know, we'll go for indestructible ourselves here. I mean, by doing that, we did save 5 extra damage here, I suppose. But oh well, minus 14. Sweet. So we lose to mono red, apparently. Fair enough. If you enjoyed watching this video, why not try some of my other videos on my channel? And don't forget to support me by hitting the like and subscribe button for more content like this.